Well, the All-to-One Scholar Athlete Awards for Bishop Union High School were held Tuesday night. Sierra Wave Media, a proud sponsor of that. Top Broncos student athletes were recognized for their academic and athletic prowess. Now, the nominees for the fall sports included Maria Jimenez for basketball and volleyball, Jamie Schultz, cross-country swim team and volleyball, Martin Tiven for football, Katrina Beal for tennis, Carson Reed cross country. In the winter sports, it was Marianne Stone for the snowboard team, Sabrina Barlow basketball and softball, Lawrence Joey Havey for soccer, and for the spring sports, Elizabeth Bigham for the swim team, Selena Duenas for the dance and track and field, Brian Jones for golf, Bailey Piper for softball, Logan Stevenson for football as well as track and field, and Chance Womack for baseball. Now the fall sports winner, Maria Jimenez, top volleyball player for the Broncos. The winter sports season, Sabrina Barlow, excellent basketball player for Bishop. And yeah, the spring sport winner, Bailey Piper for softball. Now the scholarship amounts $1,000 for the two finalists and $1,750 for the winner. The Scholar Athlete winner for 2015-2016 school year, Maria Jimenez. Boy, what a nice young lady she is. We congratulate Sabrina Barlow and Bailey Piper, as well as congratulations to all the fine young men and women. And again, the overall Scholar Athlete winner, Maria Jimenez. And as the 2015-2016 school year has come to a close, we wanted to make sure we had a chance to talk with Bill Egan, who retired earlier this year after 14 years as head coach of the Bishop Union High School varsity football team. Bill, we're out here at John Schwab Field where you have spent countless hours. What do you think about 300,000 or so?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to add it up. Yeah. No, lots though. Yeah. But most of them just absolutely great hours. Yeah.
I want to go back to the very first year, Bill.
Yeah.
Lose your first 4 or 5 games. What was your mindset after that loss before you went on that little winning streak?
Well, we had a really great kid that was linebacker for us, Nate Durr, and he ended up breaking his wrist. He was a great player. He played all year with a broken wrist. And after the first game, we lost 45-0. I told my wife to get ready. I thought we were going to get smoked, and for her first ever football game, and so we got smoked. And at the end of the game, Nate came up to me and he said, Coach, don't worry. We always lose like that to those guys. And I went, oh, no. God, I hope the kids aren't just into losing. But he wasn't. He was a great kid and a fighter, and I got to know him and the other boys, and I figured things were going to be fine.
Yeah, and you guys came back strong. You go you win your last 5 before getting into the playoffs, and I thought things just took off from there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and I had so many nice kids over the years. It was a blast, that's for sure.
Yeah. What were your decision-making process in saying, it's about time for me to step down?
Well, I just think that this weird thing starts happening, it's called health. And my wife and I have had some challenges the last couple of years, and it makes you kind of start thinking, all right, now, as my wife likes to say, no one has a gravestone that says, God, I wish I'd only worked a few more days.
Yeah.
And so I want to try to see if we can free some time up and do some other things that we'd like to do. And football is a great sport. I love it so much, and I love coaching it. But in order to do it, you have to give it time, and you have to give it the effort that's necessary. You owe it to the kids because they have to give out so much time and energy. And so it's going to free up some time for me, although I'm still going to be teaching, of course, and that takes a lot of time as well. But still, the major reason was so that my wife and I can enjoy ourselves, have more time together. We want to do some more traveling. We have a great summer lined up. We haven't had a big summer travel year for a long, long time because of football, and I had a great time with that, that's for sure. But now it's time for us to do some other things.
Yeah. Where are you traveling to?
We're going to go to Europe for about 3.5 weeks, to Switzerland, where I'm really familiar and comfortable and I love. And then we're going to go to Ireland for 2 weeks. I've never been there, but my goddaughter is married to an Irishman, and he's going to take us there for a couple of weeks. And then I've got a seminar I'm going to go to in San Diego for 10 days on the Cold War, Vietnam, and Korea. And I teach history, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Great.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the USS Midway. I got a scholarship to go to this seminar, so I'm delighted.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that like crazy. So I've got some neat things going on.
Good. Bill, I got to tell you, as someone who got to cover Bishop football your entire tenure, you made it fun for not only, I kind of equate it to the Golden State Warriors, how they pass the ball and they shoot the ball and they make it fun. And that's what you did with your offense 15 years ago. And I just want to thank you for that. And how did that all work out where you got your offense going?
I just came here with, I didn't have any big system that I wanted to plug in. And I looked at the kids, and I started looking at the way the kids performed and the athleticism that they showed, and it just seemed to me that we needed to do something that was pretty different. Yeah. And then we started working on trying every year. I mean, it changed a little bit depending upon the kind of kids we had, but it was a lot of fun. And the offense was, I mean, people call it a spread now, and there's also some jet, they call it, that's involved with it. But basically, the coaching staff and I made it up as we went along, and it was a lot of fun. It was really, really great.
It was great to watch and very successful. And your 3-3.
You can see it a whole lot on TV when you watch college football.
Ken Pulse loves to tell the story that the Boise State coach took one of your plays.
Yeah, they actually did a little bit. And also, I mean, I got a lot of our stuff from a terrific coach from Willamette University, who was just a great coach, really well known, and he was the guy, he's kind of the father of the fly offense. And so we went up there a couple times and talked with him a lot. Nice. His name was Mark Speckman, great guy. And he just turned me on because he was so innovative and he did so many cool things, and it was really, really exciting to coach. So I just got so into it, I couldn't go back to the real basic, knock them down, line up, and just beat the daylights out of them. That really wasn't me.
And it's tough to do in Bishop anyways, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the fly, I was over at North Monterey County, and they ran the fly. But it was the difference between their running of the fly and yours was night and day. So I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was going to say about your 3-3 defense, that became the norm in the High Desert League after everybody saw how successful it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are running that now in colleges as well. It's a really good defense. It's for if you don't have huge, really strong, kids, it's a good defense because you can come from so many different angles and all that sort of thing. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. And so all of that stuff. It just was kind of exciting and lent itself to a lot of giggles on the coaching staff and the kids' side, so we put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those two things combined, little offense, little defense, as you grew through the years and you had a nice, talented squad, and you win the 2010, I think you might be able to see there, CIF Southern Section Championship. What do you remember about that?
Well, we beat a really good team. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of think, oh, well, it was just a small division and the teams weren't any good, but you look back on that, I mean, we lost. The only game we lost that year, and we barely lost that year after a horrendous travel mistake by me, was to La Jolla Bishops, and they ended up winning the state championship.
Right.
And they were
knocked you guys out of the Southern Regional Tournament.
We might
have gotten in there.
We might have been able to get into that playoff without them. But anyway, we had a great team. We had just a great team, and the kids were there was a lot of work that went into that. Those kids were workers. Man, oh man, did they put in the time. Plus, there was a tremendous amount of talent there. So so I just think that was one of the best teams probably Bishop ever had. I'm sure that a lot of guys would argue with me about that. They have already. But nonetheless, it was a great group of kids, and it was a special time for me and the coaches as well. It was we just had a wonderful combination. And anybody that was here that night of that game, and saw the parade that came in that Kristen Carr organized and all that other stuff that was entailed with that whole week. Enjoyed the heck out of it. It was a fabulous week. Fabulous week.
Heck, we made a documentary on it for our little station, if I remember. Well, Bill, you put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and just so much success. I was reading a little bit about maybe an overall record, and I started laughing. Your overall record could have been so much better, but that's another thing I loved about you, is you went out and you challenged not only the kids, but yourself and your coaching staff, and you played top programs in your non-league season.
Now, you look at a lot of the teams that we played that were relatively new programs that were coming on, and where they are now, I mean, there's some powerhouses in the upper levels of Southern Section CIF of the teams that we used to play.
Exactly.
So we were not playing slouches. We played really, really hard teams, and we got a couple of them a few times. And so it was good for the kids, and I wanted to hold them to a higher standard, and they liked that challenge, and So I really enjoy that aspect of it. To play really hard like that. Then occasionally, I mean, I knew we would have. There were plenty of patsies on the schedule.
Yeah.
Every year there are. So I mean,
Fraser Mountain.
I wanted.
Yeah. Sorry.
I wanted to give make sure the kids had good challenge.
Good. I know Arnie Palu, you like him and respect him.
Absolutely.
And I like
Great
to think the program's in good hands.
I do too. He's going to do a great job. Arnie's a wonderful man. He's going to do great things with the kids. He's going to give the program the type of direction it needs, in the sense that he's in it for the right reasons. He's not in there to win all the games. I mean, he knows that winning and losing, he has no control over that. The only thing he has control over is how he prepares the kids for a couple of things, for every single game, and then also for life. And teaches them those team lessons. And Arnie will do a great job of that. And consequently, the kids in this town are in great hands.
Yeah. Well, they've been in great hands for the last 15 years, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun, Bill.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoy your summer, and you and Maggie are just two of my favorite people, and I just love you guys. So
thanks, Bob. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to see you around.
Oh, no, we'll
have to hit some golf balls, daggone it.
Absolutely. Bill Egan, everybody. We were lucky to have him.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, Bob. Thank you very much, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we thank Bill Egan for taking the time near the end of a busy school year to talk with Sierra Wave Media, doing some local sports for about 30 years now. One of my favorite coaches who always made sure that he got his results in and helped the kids get the publicity that they deserve. Bill, have a great retirement. We'll be back with more news.